Hey everyone, it's Ali. Like I mentioned in my very first video, my favorite book is Two Good Friends. This is my favorite book because I've had this since I think I was 7 or 8, and it has been with me for so many years. I want to read this to you. And I know this is a kid's book, but it's my favorite book, and I really want to share it with you guys. And hopefully, you like it as much as I do. So let's start. Two Good Friends, and it's by Judy Delton. Okay, so Duck had cleaned his house. All his floors were waxed, all his furniture was polished. He was admiring his clean rooms when he heard a knock at the door. It was Bear. Come in, said Duck, but first wipe your feet on the mat. So here we have the duck and his friend Bear. Bear wiped his feet on the mat and went inside. Make yourself at home, said Duck. Thank you, I will, said Bear, and he sat down in a shiny rocking chair. Then he put his feet on Duck's table. Duck reached for a newspaper and put it under Bear's feet. What do you have to eat? Asked Bear. Nothing, said Duck. Nothing, asked Bear. Today I cleaned my house, explained Duck. I did not bake. So here's Duck and Bear sitting, chatting. Well, I have something, said Bear, and he reached into his pocket and took out 2 brownies. And like I said, this book is really old, so I have scribbles from when I was, I don't know, really young. Bear, said Duck, you're spilling crumbs on my floor. And he reached for another newspaper and put it under Bear's chair. So as we can tell, Duck is very clean. Bear, not so much. Bear looked at the newspaper, then he looked at the 2 brownies. Duck, he said, you're a very good housekeeper. But what good is a clean house if you have nothing to eat? Here, have a brownie. Bear and Duck each ate a brownie and spent the rest of the afternoon putting a puzzle together. That's fun. The next day, Duck went to visit Bear. Duck, said Bear, how nice to see you. Come right in. Look at his little coat. That's so cute. Said Duck, what smells so good? I've been baking, said Bear, and he pointed to 2 honey cakes and 2 nut pies sitting on the table. Brush the flour off the chair and sit down. I'm getting hungry. Bear, said Duck, I can't sit down. My feet are stuck. Oh dear, said Bear, that's the honey. So here's Duck stuck in honey. Would you like honey cake or nut pie? He asked. Nut pie, said Duck, who had finally managed to unstick his feet. I've had enough honey for one day. Okay, said Bear, and he cut 1 piece of nut pie for Duck and one for himself. So here they are gonna eat nut pie. May I have a plate? Asked Duck. The plates are dirty, said Bear. Well, then, may I have a fork? Asked Duck. The forks are dirty too, said Bear. He looked ashamed. Bear, said Duck, how do you expect me to eat? I'm sorry, said Bear, but today I baked. I didn't clean the house or wash the dishes. Maybe you can use your wings. The pie will taste good. Duck and Bear each ate a piece of pie. When Duck finished, he licked the tips of his wings. I must say, Bear, you are a terrible housekeeper, but your nut pies are the best and I have ever tasted. Bear smiled. Have another piece, he said. Gladly, said Duck, and then they each ate another piece. So he's really clean, but doesn't cook, and he's pretty dirty, but he cooks delicious food. The next day, Bear went to Duck's house with a surprise. Duck was not at home, but Bear went inside anyway. He put 6 raspberry muffins on the table and wrote a note from Bear. It said, then he went home. That's nice. He's leaving him cupcakes. When Bear walked into his house, he was surprised. I must be in the wrong house, he thought. His feet did not stick to the floor. The dishes were washed, and on the shelf he did not see his name where he had written it in flour on the table. So now his dishes are washed and everything is super clean. Instead, he saw a note from Duck. Oh, so Duck cleaned his house. I must thank Duck, thought Bear. But just then there was a knock on the door. It was Duck. Thank you for the muffins, said Duck. I was so surprised, and it's not even my birthday. And I have never seen my house so clean, said Bear. I was surprised too. We really are good friends, said Duck. Yes, cried Bear. Let's celebrate. Come in and have some cookies. But first, added Bear, wipe your feet on the mat. Of course, said Duck, and he did. The end. So I am honored to have read you my favorite book of all time since I was a little girl. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reading it back then and as much as I enjoy reading it now with you. Um, I now know why I love this book is because I love to have my house clean. So it's pretty interesting to see, the relationship between the book and myself. So anyway, thank you for hearing my story about Two Good Friends by Judy Delton, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time.